हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू द लाइव सेशन। तो आज हम देखेंगे एनसीईआरटी के साइंस एंड टेक का टेस्ट सीरीज़, जिसमें आज हम देखेंगे सेट नंबर 2। तो शुरू करते हैं हमारा आज का टेस्ट सीरीज़, और आप भी मेरे साथ अटेंड कीजिए, और अगर आपका आंसर आता है तो मुझे चैट में बताइए। तो हमारा फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, कंसिडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स। फॉर a normal human eye, the least distance of distant vision is 25 cm. The person suffering from color blindness cannot distinguish the red and green color distinctly. The color blindness depends on various defects of the cylindrical or conical cell of the retina. The presbyopia affected person uses bifocal lens and cylindrical lens. Most of the statements given above are correct. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन डी 1, 2 एंड 3। In calves that consume large quantities of milk, the curdling of milk takes place due to the action of pepsin, a large variety of useful bacteria, the action of rennin, the high acid content of gastric juices. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, द एक्शन ऑफ रेनिन. Air from an electric bulb is removed because in its presence the filament cannot glow properly. Oxygen would burn the filament by combustion. The filament would get rusty. The filament would combine with nitrogen of the air. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन बी, ऑक्सीजन would burn the filament by combustion. The element present in the largest amount in rocks and minerals is silicon, carbon, hydrogen, gold. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन ए, सिलिकॉन. When a person enters a dark room from bright light, he is not able to see clearly for a little while because the distance between the lens and retina takes time to adjust. Eye is unable to adjust itself immediately. Iris is unable to dilate the pupil immediately. Retina becomes insensitive momentarily. तो इसका आंसर है सी, iris is unable to dilate the pupil immediately. In refrigerators, the liquid used as refrigerant is liquid nitrogen, liquid carbon dioxide, liquid ammonia, supercooled water. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, लिक्विड अमोनिया. Which of the following statements about airplanes are correct? Today's jet airplanes use the same principles of aerodynamics that the Wright brothers used in 1903 to get their flyer in the air. Flight requires two things, thrust and lift. Thrust is the forward motion provided by a propeller or jet engine. A wing has to be designed not only to produce lift but also to minimize the friction with passing air which causes drag. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन डी, ऑल द अबव. An artificial satellite can be tracked very precisely from the Earth by using Doppler effect, radar, sonar, Zeeman effect. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन ए, डॉपलर इफेक्ट. On a hot, sultry afternoon, a fat person sweats far more profusely than a lean one of the same height. This is due to the presence of more sweat pores depending upon greater surface area in a fat person. increase in the size of pores on the skin depending upon greater pressure exerted by sweat, increased rate of fat metabolism, greater surface area in a lean person and therefore increased rate of evaporation of sweat formed. This answer है option C, increased rate of fat metabolism. The richest source of vitamin B12 are goat's liver and spirulina, chocolate and green gram, rice and hen's egg, carrot and chicken's breast. तो इसका आंसर है A, goat's liver and spirulina. The function of fuse in an electrical circuit is to regulate the flow of current, to avoid electric shock, to break the circuit in case of overloading or short circuiting. None of this. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, टू ब्रेक द सर्किट इन केस ऑफ ओवरलोडिंग or short circuiting. Honey that has a high concentration of sugar does not decay because bacteria cannot survive in an active state as it is totally deprived of oxygen. It contains natural antioxidant that prevents bacterial attack. Bacteria cannot survive in an active state in a solution of high osmotic strength as water is drawn out. None of this. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, bacteria cannot survive in an active state in a solution of high osmotic strength as water is drawn out. Study the following statements. Bisexual flowers contain both male and female reproductive organs. Unisexual flower has only one essential floral hole, either androecium or gymnosium. Which of the statements given above is or are correct about flowers? तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, 1 and 2. Bisexual flowers contain both male and female reproductive organs. Unisexual flowers has only one essential floral hole, either androecium or gymnosium. If there were no atmosphere, the length of the day would decrease, remain unaffected, increase, be almost half. तो इसका आंसर है A, decrease. Milk tastes sour when kept in the open for some time due to the formation of malic acid, carbonic acid, citric acid, lactic acid. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन डी, lactic acid. If an electric current is passed through a nerve, the man begins to laugh, begins to wave, is excited, becomes insensitive to pain. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, is excited. Which of the following statements about sexual reproduction in flowering plants are correct? Stamen is present in the center of a flower. Stamen produces pollen grain in the ovary. The swollen bottom part of carpel is the ovary. The fusion of germ cell gives rise to zygote. इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन ए, 2, 3 and 4. Stamen produces pollen grains in the ovary. The swollen bottom part of carpel is the ovary. The fusion of germ cells gives rise to zygote. The twinkling of stars can be partly attributed to convection currents in the atmosphere, atmospheric refraction, The unstable motion of the earth, intermittent shining. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन बी atmospheric refraction. The best way of sterilizing a hypodermic syringe for injecting medicine is by keeping it in alcohol for some time, cleaning it with an alcohol water mixture, boiling it in water in a pressure cooker. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन ए कीपिंग इट इन अल्कोहल फॉर सम टाइम. If an old tree is cut transversely, distinct growth rings are visible, and it is possible to calculate the age of a tree by counting such rings. These rings are most prominent in tropical plants, polar plants, subtropical plants, temperate plants. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन डी टेम्परेट प्लांट्स. A green leaf placed in a dark room is illuminated by red light. The leaf appears green, red, yellow, black. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन डी ब्लैक. Evolutionary convergence is development of common set of characters in group of different ancestry. Dissimilar characters in closely related groups. Common set of characters in closely related groups. Random mating. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन ए कॉमन सेट ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स इन ग्रुप ऑफ डिफरेंट ancestry. During summer, we feel comfortable under a fan because it produces air which carries heat away from the body, sets the air in motion, thereby increasing the evaporation of sweat, produces convection currents, throws cool air on us. तो इसका आंसर है B. Sets the air in motion, thereby increasing the evaporation of sweat. A doctor advises a patient to take plenty of citrus fruit, guavas, tomatoes, and almonds over a period of 2 months regularly. What do you think is the complaint of the patient? Softness and pain in bones, bending of vertebral column, gums spongy, swollen, and bleed easily, blood vision, burning and dryness of eye and tongue, cracking skin of mouth, extreme weakness, swelling and pain in legs, and loss of appetite, headache. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी ब्लड विजन, बर्निंग एंड ड्राइनेस ऑफ आई एंड टंग, cracking of skin of angle of mouth. Which of the following statements regarding enzyme inhibition is correct? Competitive inhibition is seen when a substrate competes with an enzyme for binding to an inhibitor protein. Competitive inhibition is seen when the substrate and the inhibitor compete for the active site on the enzyme. Non-competitive inhibition of an enzyme can be overcome by adding large amounts of substrate. Non-competitive inhibitors often bind to the enzyme irreversibly. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन बी. Competitive inhibition is seen when the substrate and the inhibitor compete for the active site on the enzyme. When a person after a certain degree of exertion suffers from pain in the chest or below the collarbones in the event of inadequate supply of oxygen to the heart muscles, he is said to suffer from coronary thrombosis, myocardial infarction, angina pectoris, atherosclerosis. तो इसका आंसर होगा ऑप्शन सी एंजिना पेक्टोरिस. Total internal reflection of light can occur only when light passes from denser to a rarer medium, from rarer to a denser medium, from one medium to another of equal refractive index, from one medium to another of equal absorption coefficient. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन ए from denser to rarer medium. Woolens keeps us warm in winter because they do not allow our body heat to escape. are good absorbers of heat, produce more warmth, do not allow cool air to enter. तो इसका आंसर है A. Do not allow our body heat to escape. Radiocarbon dating is used to estimate the ages of babies, fossils, rocks, ancient buildings. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन बी fossils. When fishes are kept in an aquarium containing water but no aquatic plants, they frequently come to the surface and float in a semi-vertical position for want of air, oxygen, dissolved oxygen, fresh supply of oxygen. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी dissolved oxygen. Pitch of sound depends upon its wavelength, frequency, amplitude, periodicity and regularity. तो इसका आंसर है बी frequency. A vein possesses a large lumen because tunica media and tunica externa form a single coat. Tunica interna and tunica media form a single coat. Tunica interna, tunica media and tunica externa are thin. Tunica media is a thin coat. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन डी tunica media is a thin coat. It is easier to roll a barrel than to pull it because the surface area of the barrel in contact with the road is more in the case of pulling. Rolling friction is much less than sliding friction of a reason other than those mentioned. The full weight of the barrel comes into play when it is pulled. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन बी rolling friction is much less than sliding friction. Exposure to carbon monoxide from coal gas is extremely dangerous and can kill a patient because CO6 reduces the ability of blood to transport oxygen by rupturing a vast majority of erythrocytes. CO6 greatly modifies the structure of hemoglobin, thus making it lose its affinity for oxygen. CO6 is a stable compound and thus deprives blood of the ability to transport oxygen. The compound carboxyl hemoglobin can gradually clot the blood, resulting in circulatory failure. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी COS6 is stable compound and thus deprives blood of the ability to transport oxygen. What is the critical temperature of water vapor? 0 degrees Celsius, less than 100 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Celsius, more than 100 degrees Celsius. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन डी more than 100 degrees Celsius. The process of mating between closely related individuals is self-breeding, inbreeding, hybridization, heterosis. तो इसका आंसर है बी inbreeding. Birds can fly in the dark because they have a better vision in the dark. Any bird can do so. They are guided by ultrasonic waves produced by them. The pupils of their eyes are very big. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी they are guided by ultrasonic waves produced by them. A powerful eye irritant present in smoke is ozone, nitric acid, peroxyacetyl nitrate, sulfur dioxide. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी peroxyacetyl nitrate. The vitamin C or ascorbic acid prevents rickets, pellagra, scurvy, antibody synthesis. तो इसका आंसर है Option C. Scurvy. Heat is transmitted from higher to lower temperature through actual mass motion of the molecules in conduction, convection, radiation, all of the above. तो इसका आंसर है बी, कन्वेक्शन. A transformer is a device for generating electricity, converting AC into DC, stepping up or down AC voltage, stepping down or up DC voltage. तो इसका आंसर है सी, स्टेपिंग अप और डाउन AC voltage. Coal burning power plants and factories are responsible for about 86% of sulfur dioxide in the atmosphere, chlorine in the atmosphere, carbon monoxide in the atmosphere, nitrogen dioxide in the atmosphere. तो इसका आंसर है ए, sulfur dioxide in the atmosphere. Bare body in mammals represents all the heterochromatin in female cells, Y chromosomes in somatic cells of male, all heterochromatin in male and female cells, one of the two X chromosomes in somatic cells of females. This answer है D, one of the two X chromosomes in somatic cells of females. Soap bubbles show multiple colors when viewed in white light because the dispersion of light, the interference of the reflected light, the scattering of light by thin film, the characteristic color of soap solution. This answer है option B, the interference of the reflected light. An iron ball and a wooden ball are released from a height in vacuum. The speed of the iron ball would be same to the speed of the wooden ball, more than the speed of the wooden ball, lesser than the speed of the wooden ball, none of this. तो इसका आंसर है A, same to the speed of the wooden ball. The sun appears deep orange red before it sets it emits because it is hotter at the end of the day. It emits only orange red light. Its light has to traverse a thicker atmosphere, therefore other colors get scattered and do not reach us. It contains more helium in the evening. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, its light has to traverse a thick atmosphere, therefore other colors get scattered and do not reach us. Following replacement of breastfeeding by less nutritive food, low in proteins and calories, infants below the age of 1 year suffer from पेल्क्रा, मेरस्मस, क्वासरकर, रिकेट्स। तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन बी मेरस्मस। तो ये मैच द फॉलोइंग है। मैच लिस्ट 1 में दिया है ग्लैंड्स और लिस्ट 2 में दिया है बॉडी फंक्शंस कंट्रोल। तो फर्स्ट लिस्ट 1 में है एड्रिनल, पैनक्रियास, पैराथायरॉयड, पिट्यूटरी। लिस्ट 2 में है ग्रोथ ऑफ बोन्स, लेवल ऑफ ब्लड कैल्शियम, सॉल्ट एंड वाटर बैलेंस इन द बॉडी, लेवल ऑफ ब्लड इन शुगर। तो इसको अगर हम मैच करेंगे तो एड्रिनलिन का होगा सॉल्ट एंड वाटर बैलेंस इन बॉडी, पैनक्रियास का होगा लेवल ऑफ ब्लड शुगर, पैराथायरॉयड का होगा लेवल ऑफ ब्लड कैल्शियम और पिट्यूटरी का होगा ग्रोथ ऑफ बोन्स। तो उस हिसाब से हमारा ऑप्शन होगा सी 3, 4, 2, 1। What is primary colors? Color found in nature, color of the rainbow, color in the spectrum of white light, color which cannot be produced by mixing other colors। तो इसका आंसर है बी, color of the rainbow। A person with blood group AB is sometimes called a universal recipient because of the presence of antibodies, lack of antibodies, lack of antigen, lack of both antigens and antibodies। तो इसका आंसर है बी, lack of antibodies। Middle piece of mammalian sperm possesses mitochondria and centriole, mitochondria only, centriole only, nucleus and mitochondria। तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन बी, mitochondria only। By which of the following methods could a cup of hot coffee lose heat if placed on a metal table in a room? Convection and radiation, conduction and radiation, conduction and convection, conduction, convection and radiation। तो इसका आंसर है डी, कंडक्शन, कन्वेक्शन एंड रेडिएशन। Which one of the following is a protein deficiency disease? Eczema, cirrhosis, kwashiorkor, night blindness। तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, kwashiorkor। Snakes and vultures are eating rats in a field. If wild dogs are let into the field, the immediate result will be a decrease in the number of snakes, decrease in the number of vultures, increase in the number of snakes, decrease in the number of rats। तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन डी, डिक्रीज इन द नंबर ऑफ rats। The speed of the earth is highest when it is farthest from the sun, nearest to the sun, passing through the month of September, none of the above। तो इसका आंसर है बी, nearest to the sun। One feels cold after a dip in sea water due to the difference in the temperature between land and sea, convection current, the evaporation of water on the body, the deposition of salt on the body। तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, द evaporation of water on the body। Once blood clots at a wound, harmful bacteria are prevented from entering by scab formation, excretion of serum, antibodies, antitoxin released by the blood clot। तो इसका आंसर है ए, scab formation। The flying of birds is a proof of Newton's first law of motion, second law of motion, third law of motion, both second and third law of motion। तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, थर्ड लॉ ऑफ मोशन। In a person of advanced age, the hair becomes thinner gradually. It happens because of decrease in synthesis of glucose, synthesis of proteins, एनर्जी अवेलेबिलिटी, ब्लड सप्लाई। तो इसका आंसर है बी, सिंथेसिस ऑफ प्रोटीन्स। Patients who excrete large quantities of sodium in urine have diseased adrenal medulla, defective cells lining the villi of ileum that fail to reabsorb Na+, diseased adrenal cortex, erratic renal threshold for Na+. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, diseased adrenal cortex. A thermostat is a device for switching off an electric appliance, measuring temperature, regulating temperature, producing heat. तो इसका आंसर है सी, regulating temperature. What will happen if the secretion of parietal cells of gastric glands is blocked with an inhibitor? Gastric juice will be deficient in chymosin. Gastric juice will be deficient in pepsinogen. In the absence of HCl secretion, inactive pepsinogen is not converted into an active enzyme pepsin. Enterokinase will not be released from the duodenal mucosa, and so trypsinogen is not converted to trypsin. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, in the absence of HCl secretion, inactive pepsinogen is not converted into the active enzyme pepsin. A ball is thrown upwards in a train which is accelerating. The ball will fall ahead of the thrower, behind the thrower, in the hands of thrower, data inadequate. तो इसका आंसर है बी, behind the thrower. When a certain mass of liquid is heated in a glass flask, the liquid level starts rising at once. The density of the liquid increases. The density of the liquid remains unchanged. The liquid level falls at first and then starts rising. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन डी, the liquid level falls at first and then starts rising. Which of the microorganism is used for production of citric acid in industries? Lactobacillus bulgaris, Penicillium citrinium, Aspergillus niger, Rhizopus nigricans. तो इसका आंसर है सी, Aspergillus niger. Which one of the following would a hydrogen balloon find easier to lift? 1 kg of copper, 1 kg of water, 1 kg of loosely packed feathers, all the same. तो इसका आंसर है सी, 1 kg of loosely packed feathers. Mosquitoes breed on the free surface of stagnant water because the eggs can be supported by the higher surface tension of the liquid. The eggs can only grow in filthy air, filthy water. The liquid provides higher buoyancy to the eggs. Density of the egg is less than density of the liquid. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन ए, the eggs can be supported by the higher surface tension of the liquid. When compared to the mammals, birds are less sensitive to temporary deprivation of water because urea excretion in mammals entails a greater loss of water than that in birds. The water requirement per unit weight is less in birds than in mammals. Absorption of water from the gut is more efficient in birds than in mammals. None of this. This answer है option A. Urea excretion in mammals entails a greater loss of water than in birds. Inside the airplane flying at a higher altitude, the pressure is the same as that outside. Normal atmospheric pressure is maintained by the use of air pumps. The normal humidity and partial vacuum are maintained. The pressure inside is less than the pressure outside. तो इसका आंसर है B. Normal atmospheric pressure is maintained by the use of air pumps. Rising of dough in the process of manufacture of bread is because of evaporation of water in kneading the dough due to the capillary action of water in the dough through the action of carbon dioxide through the action of heating in the process of baking. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी through the action of carbon dioxide. If a body is taken from the earth to the moon, its mass and weight will remain unchanged. Its mass will be different but weight will remain the same. Its mass will remain the same but weight will be different. Both mass and weight will be different. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी its mass will remain the same but weight will be different. The substance coated on plastic tape recorder tapes is zinc oxide, magnesium oxide, iron sulfate, iron oxide. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन डी iron oxide. An ordinary clock loses time during summer because the length of the pendulum increases and therefore the time period increases and therefore the time period decreases and therefore the time period decreases and therefore the time period decreases. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन ए increases and therefore the time period increases. Mule is the hybrid of male horse and mare, male donkey and female horse, male horse and female zebra, female horse and male zebra. तो इसका आंसर है B. Male donkey and female horse. A drug that prevents infection and decay is called A or N. Antiseptic, germicides, analgesic, antimalarial drug. तो इसका आंसर है A. Antiseptic. People who live at high altitudes have rosy cheeks because hemoglobin has an increased binding affinity for oxygen to become deep red in color. Red cell concentration become considerably above the average in response to lowered oxygen pressure. The rate of capillary circulation increases in the skin to make it look pinkish. All of this. इसका आंसर है B. Red cell concentration becomes considerably above the average in response to lowered oxygen pressure. Consider the following statements. Gasoline used as fuel in motor vehicle is a mixture of petrol and alcohol. Petroleum is also known as liquid gold. The various components of petroleum substance are separated through fractional distillation. Which of the statements given above are correct? तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन डी 1, 2 and 3. Gasoline used as fuel in the motor vehicle is a mixture of petrol and alcohol. Petroleum is also known as liquid gold. The various components of the petroleum substance are separated through fractional distillation. Smallest particle of an element or a compound which is capable of independent existence is called atom, molecule, element, compound. तो इसका आंसर है B. Molecule. Confirmation of the presence of Higgs boson will justify both the Standard Model and superstring theory, the unification of all the four fundamental forces, the steady state model of the universe, the mass of the fundamental particles. इसका आंसर है A. Both the Standard Model and superstring theory. Materials for rainproof coats and tents owe their waterproof properties due to surface tension, viscosity, specific gravity, elasticity. तो इसका आंसर है A. Surface tension. Mercury is a liquid metal because it has a completely filled s orbital, it has a small atomic size, it has a completely filled d orbital that prevents dd overlapping of orbitals, it has a completely filled d orbital that causes dd overlapping. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी. It has a completely filled d orbital that prevents dd overlapping of orbitals. Stainless steel does not rust because nickel present in it does not rust. Iron forms a hard chemical compound with chromium present in it. Chromium and nickel combine with iron. Chromium forms oxide layer and protects iron from rusting. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन डी. Chromium forms oxide layer and protects iron from rusting. The gas in atmospheric air that helps in burning is carbon dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen, helium. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी. ऑक्सीजन. Oil spreads over the surface of water because oil is more dense than water, oil is less dense than water, oil has more surface tension than water, oil has less surface tension than water. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन डी. Oil has less surface tension than water. Argon is used in radiotherapy for treatment of cancer, in filling airships, to obtain low temperature, in high temperature welding. तो इसका आंसर है डी. In high temperature welding. Life without air would be reductional, free from oxidative damage, impossible, anaerobic. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन डी. anaerobic. Among the following polymers, the strongest forces are present in elastomer fibers, thermoplastic, thermosetting polymers. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन डी. thermosetting polymers. Hydrogen and helium are kept in two identical bottles at room temperature and atmospheric pressure. Both contain the same number of atoms. The number of hydrogen atoms will be half of the number of atoms of helium. The number of atoms of hydrogen will be double the number of atoms of helium. None of the above statements is true. तो इसका आंसर है C. The number of atoms of hydrogen will be double the number of atoms of helium. The hottest part of the gas flame is known as the blue zone, dark zone, non-luminous zone, luminous zone. तो इसका आंसर है C. Non-luminous zone. A motor vehicle is moving on a circle with a uniform speed. The net acceleration of the vehicle is 0 towards the center of the circle, away from the center along the radius of the circle, perpendicular to the radius and along the velocity. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन बी. towards the center of the circle. Cholesterol is a derivative of chloroform, type of chlorophyll, फैटी अल्कोहल फाउंड इन एनिमल फैट्स, क्रोमियम सॉल्ट। तो इसका आंसर है सी, फैटी अल्कोहल फाउंड इन एनिमल फैट्स। In humans, whose brain wave pattern disappears entirely during sleep? Alpha waves, beta waves, theta waves, delta waves. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन ए, अल्फा वेव्स। In human, which side of cerebral hemisphere recognizes the faces of friends and family members? Left cerebral hemisphere, right cerebral hemisphere, both A and B, none of the above. तो इसका आंसर है B, right cerebral hemisphere. Which of the following is the only poisonous lizard of the world? Ophiuchus, Varanus, Heloderma, Draco. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, हेलोडर्मा। Which of these muscles help urinary bladder to expel urine forcefully? Detrusor muscle, latissimus dorsi, hamstring muscle, none of the above. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन ए, detrusor muscle. We never see birds urinating. Why? The birds do not have a urinary system. They drink less water, so very less urine. They urinate only at night. All of the above. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, नहीं, ऑप्शन ए, the birds do not have a urinary system. Why the cloudy nights are usually warmer than the clear ones? Clouds store heat and release the same at night. Clouds prevent cold wind to blow down to earth. The cloud serves as a barrier and prevent the loss of heat. None of the above. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, the cloud serves as a barrier and prevent the loss of heat. A device which converts chemical energy into electrical energy is called motor, generator, moving coil meter, battery. तो इसका आंसर है डी, बैटरी. Rainwater is more fertile than water from tubewell because rainwater is harder, tubewell water is harder, rainwater is pure, none of the above. इसका आंसर है डी, none of the above. Why decomposers are important for life? Decomposers break down animal waste and dead organisms in order to get energy, release free nutrients back into the ecosystem, break down organics into nutrients, all the above. तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन डी, all the above. Decomposers break down animal waste and dead organisms in order to get energy, release free nutrients back into the ecosystem, break down organics into nutrients. तो इसी के साथ हमारा आज का टेस्ट सीरीज़ कंप्लीट होता है। और अगर आप चैनल पर नए हैं तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए और नोटिफिकेशन आइकन पर क्लिक कर दीजिए ताकि आप डेली लाइव क्लास ज्वाइन कर सकें। और अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छी लगे तो लाइक कर दीजिए, साथ ही अपने दोस्तों के साथ शेयर कर दीजिए ताकि उन्हें भी हेल्प हो। तो हमारा ये सेशन यहीं तक था। थैंक यू, थैंक्स फॉर ज्वाइनिंग।